16 warning signs she's emotionally damaged. Were you ever dating a girl you thought was right for you, but later discovered she was emotionally damaged? And because you failed to pay attention to some early warning signs of her negative behavior, you had to endure a lot of agony and pain. Some women will put forth their best behavior and know how to charm you in the initial stages of the relationship. It's often an act that is bound to mesmerize you and make you desire and depend on the girl. Emotionally unstable women often overcompensate by acting super nice and charming to you at first. Her friendly behavior makes it more likely for you to be blindsided and fail to see her true character. And by the time you do, it's often too late. And because you are already profoundly enthralled and emotionally bound to her, there are subtle and not so subtle behaviors, mannerisms, and ways of communicating that can give you an early glimpse into whether you are dealing with an emotionally damaged woman. This video will discuss the 16 warning signs that you are dating or dealing with an emotionally unstable woman. It will give you a framework to help you better detect problematic girls and help you avoid getting too involved with them before it's too late. The Better Playbook is all about providing you with inspiring and effective dating tips and strategies to help you better connect with the women you want. So stay tuned and smash that like button to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Watch the video until the very end so we can reveal the most subtle yet destructive mannerism that'll save you from being entangled with the wrong woman. Number 1. She doesn't relate to nor show empathy when it counts. Whether you've had a challenging day at work or are dealing with another unexpected issue, being able to sound it off to your girl feels comforting. Feminine energy often has a soothing effect that makes you at least temporarily forget about your worries. When your concerns, however, fall on deaf ears, or your girl fails to display the appropriate amount of empathy, it can feel quite disempowering and like you are not being heard or understood. Her lack of understanding and compassion during important moments is often a red flag that shows she is emotionally blocked off. It will also make you feel like you cannot count on her to be there when it matters. Number 2. Consistently falls short of her promises. Emotionally unstable women often overcompensate by being extra nice and charming when you first date them. They will quite easily make you big promises to woo and enthrall you. Nevertheless, when push comes to shove, an emotionally unstable girl will consistently fall short of these promises and disappoint you over and over again. You will gradually feel completely alone and that you cannot count on her being there when she said she would. Just when you thought she will make it this time, she will fall short of her promises again. Number 3. She doesn't own up to or take responsibility when things go wrong. When she falls short of her promises, doesn't do her part, or when things go wrong, she will not own up or take responsibility for her actions. She will often attempt to justify her behavior or lack of commitment with many "yeah, buts," not acknowledging her part and never rectifying the situation. In her mind, it's always somebody else's fault other than hers, and she is never to blame for anything. She is, however, quick to blame and point her fingers at others or you. You will often feel exasperated and like you have to handle the mess that she at least partially created on your own. Number 4. She makes you feel guilty for spending time with your loved ones. An emotionally unstable girl will often try to destabilize your relationship with your loved ones. She will make hanging out with your friends or family feel like a burden for her, or like your attention for them is competing with your attention for her. Even worse, she will make you feel guilty for spending time away from her and make joining you feel like a nuisance to her. It will often advertently or inadvertently create controversy and strife and make you feel guilty for spending time away from her. Number 5. Having unresolved family issues. A woman who is either not getting along or not in touch with a core family member, parent, or sibling has a high probability of being emotionally unstable. An even bigger red flag is when she has unresolved issues with her father. If she harbors resentment, is not in touch with, or speaks negatively about her father, it's often a clear-cut warning that she's emotionally troubled. While some concerns are genuinely legitimate, in most instances, you will eventually become her scapegoat, and she will end up taking her frustrations and unresolved emotions out on you. Number 6. She is trying to one-up you. An emotionally unstable woman will often try to one-up you to either be right or better in any given situation. This mode of behavior also goes hand in hand with her lacking empathy. So perhaps you tell her that you are dealing with a particular challenge or stress at work, and instead of relating to the situation, she one-ups you by mentioning something similar she's facing. She will make you feel like whatever she is dealing with is either more pressing or more important than whatever you face. Number 7. She cannot take any criticism, even if it's constructive. Whether you tell her that something she says or does bothers you in any way, she's easily triggered and cannot handle the criticism. She will misperceive you communicating your wants and needs as a direct criticism of her. So even when you tell her what you constructively expect of her, she will trigger and respond emotionally. She will also almost always make you feel sorry for her and think twice before voicing your concerns again. Number 8. She attacks you when she's feeling down. Whenever a girl attacks you out of the blue for seemingly insignificant things, it often shows that she's insecure and wants to bring you down. When a girl has emotional insecurities, she often can't stand to see you happy. It indirectly competes with her and highlights her not feeling good enough about herself. Thus, you will often feel dumbfounded when you come home after some achievement or in a good mood, only to hear a nasty diatribe from her. Number 9. She insults you and chips away at your character. An emotionally unstable girl will often easily insult you, chip away at your character, and even blame you for things. It's usually a big red flag if a woman is trying to take down your confidence level or undermine your quality of character. She will often try to bring you down to a level of insecurity that matches hers because she needs to feel better than you. She will often pair this up with character remarks, such as, "You are always so lazy," or "I cannot stand how disorganized you are." She will insult you to chip away at your character and make you feel less confident and sure of yourself. Number 10. She never acknowledges nor supports your progress. An emotionally unstable woman will find it hard to acknowledge and cheer you on. She will often see your advancement as coming at her expense. Her insecurities will convince her that if you do too well or go too far, you might end up leaving her, or that limelight will be too much on you and she won't get any of the attention. She will often see things as a zero-sum game where your progress diminishes her in some way. Therefore, she will often make sly remarks that diminishes your wins and not let you truly relish and enjoy the progress you've made. So, if she doesn't cheer you on when you do well, but instead tries to bring you down a notch, that is not a good sign. Number 11. She creates drama to make herself the center of attention. She makes sure to stir things up and creates drama even when there is none. An emotionally insecure girl often stirs up some drama because she doesn't feel good enough from the inside and needs constant validation. It's usually a somewhat manipulative maneuver to give her the quick fix of getting your or other people's attention. She doesn't just end up in drama, but rather enjoys it and creates it by design. She needs to stir things up to make herself feel more interesting, important, and better than others. She is a master manipulator who uses emotional drama to catch your attention and make you feel more attached to her. Number 12. She is entitled and complains about being mistreated by others. Emotionally unstable girls have high expectations for anyone but themselves. They expect to be treated as special, but will rarely reciprocate the same for others. In her mind, she deserves to get what she wants whenever she wants it, even if she has not earned it. She will constantly complain about how others are not giving her the attention she deserves. Because she never takes responsibility for her part, she will never see the actual cause for this perceived mistreatment. Whenever you try to rationalize the situation and make her see things impartially, she will refuse to accept it. Her sense of entitlement also comes into play when she is rude to and acts disrespectfully towards waitstaff and other service people. Number 13, using hot and cold behavior to get you emotionally dependent on her. Emotionally unstable women are actually pretty good at charming you and enthralling you in their orchestra of emotional ups and downs. She will condition you to see her mood swings, dramatization, and hot and cold behavior as normal. She knows exactly when to withdraw her warmth and affection to mold your behavior to suit her and do with you as she pleases. It'll subconsciously make you yearn for her affection again and make you more dependent on her. Number 14, she gives you the silent treatment. Because she's entitled and expects to receive special treatment whenever she feels like you don't live up to her high demands, she will easily ghost, ignore, and even disappear on you. She will typically give you the silent treatment to punish you for not living up to her expectations in the hopes of fixing you. It's often a passive-aggressive type of move that's meant to strong-arm you to conform with what she wants and expects from you. It is a variation of her using the cold behavior to force you to act a certain way. Number 15, she sees herself as the victim in every situation. Because anybody other than her is to blame for things gone wrong, she will often see herself as the victim in every situation. It's because this person did that, or she didn't get what she was supposed to, that things didn't work out as planned. She'll make it seem like everyone else is to blame and like she is never at fault. It will also come into play in any arguments you might have with her. She will default to victimize herself as a way of getting you to back down whenever it suits her. Number 16, badmouths her exes, friends, or other people she's been close to. She will often quite easily trash her ex or other people she was once close to. As compelling and logically valid as her stories may sound, if a woman can so easily trash talk other people, it's an indication that she will have no problem trash talking you in the future. When a woman is bad-mouthing others, it's often a clear-cut warning that shows you that she's emotionally insecure and has a lousy personality. It is much harder to stop dating or being with a woman after you are already emotionally attached to her. Therefore, it's quite important to pay attention to early red flags that might indicate that you're dealing with an emotionally damaged girl. The 16 warning signs we mentioned in this video should help give you a framework to better detect the mannerisms, behaviors, and ways of communicating of an unstable woman with a flawed character. This awareness should save you quite a bit of anguish and pain further down the line. The last thing you want is to disentangle yourself from a complicated situation with an emotionally unstable girl. The Better Playbook is committed to providing you with the right tools and mindset to date smarter and pursue the women you want. We hope you've enjoyed this video and get a sense of how much work we put into it. Please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. Which one of the warning signs did you like the best? What other destructive behaviors have you come across and would love to share? We would love to hear your feedback.